Coming up next right here only on the Fortminorproject channel, I'll be giving you my thoughts on Survivor Series. Let's talk about it. Also, as always, roll that damn intro. Alright, so Survivor Series is in the record books and gonna be giving my thoughts and opinions. I actually have the blue snowball here, and I haven't really fully used it yet. I tested it here and there, didn't really do a really test video upload, but just a regular test video, and to me it's been, trying to adjust the volume and stuff and trying to make things better. I know I've been using my phone and stuff, and I know things haven't been crystal clear on the sound here and there with some videos, but just trying to improve on that. And gonna be talking about Survivor Series that ended just last night, and this time we had a twist with Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, and hopefully that sticks around. I like NXT being added to Survivor Series. It adds a lot more to it, so I'm gonna actually go through what I have on the tablet and with the kickoff matches. And basically we had a few bonus matches, but we had the Battle Royal on this one with the tag teams that really weren't used, and Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode ended up getting the win, which, I mean, was it really needed? The other teams could have won. That's just me, but hey, it is what it is, and Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode get the win for the night. Then when we had a triple threat match for the Cruiserweight Championship, where we had Akira Tozawa and as well Kalisto, and as well Lio Rush, looking to keep his Cruiserweight Championship and trying not to have either Raw or SmackDown taken away and being back on the main roster. And this one was really enjoyable. I enjoyed the Cruiserweights and everything. I think they're slowly making their way into a Full Sail, which is a good move and everything. So we don't really see 205 that much. So I don't know what the latest SmackDown show, if I'll be actually seeing 205 or not. That remains to be seen. So, they're slowly kind of like making changes on that, since the Cruiserweight is a part of NXT now. It's the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, and Lio Rush was able to get his win, so that was really cool. Can't really go wrong with that. Then what we had up next were basically all the tag teams to see who would be the better tag team between the tag team champions of all brands. Where we had Undisputed Era, Viking Raiders, and the New Day. I thought this would be on the main card, but apparently it wasn't. And this one was pretty good, and ended up being the Viking Raiders actually getting the win. And that's why I want to see the Viking Raiders actually have an actual tag team match. We don't really need to see them facing any local talent or jobbers or anything like that. Just put them in a feud with somebody in a tag team, and then things would be really that much more interesting. So a little surprised that the Viking Raiders in a way got the win. Could have went to the New Day, could have went to Undisputed Era on that one, but things did turn around for the Undisputed Era. We'll talk about that a little later on. But for this one, for this match, the Viking Raiders did win. Then there's nothing else to really talk about for the kickoff. We go right into the main card, and we start things off with the traditional Survivor Series tag team elimination match, this time for the women of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT on this one. And with this, I mean, it started off kind of slow, but it ended up picking up and everything. And with this one, I will basically read off what we did see for SmackDown, when we had people like Nikki Cross, and this one Lacey Evans, just to name a few. On that, and with Carmella and things like that. For Raw, you had likes of Charlotte, you had Natalia there, of NXT, you had, of course, Rhea Ripley, you had people like Bianca Belair, and Candice LeRae, and Io Shirai, and also for the Raw side, we had Asuka and Kairi Sane on that one, so, pretty interesting stuff, and with this one, it was actually really cool to see NXT get their win, and Rhea Ripley actually being able to have things going for them on NXT and start things off on Raw, so it actually could have went well. I wouldn't have been surprised on that, having Charlotte Flair being the sole survivors, but we did have NXT be able to go out there and get themselves a win, so no really worries on that. Then one of my favorite matches of the night, where we had an all mid-carders match for the mid-card championships between Intercontinental Champion, North American Champion, and United States Champion AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Roderick Strong, and these two, not just these two, but all these three, basically going at it, and really back and forth, and I like the new look of the Intercontinental Championship that was recently let out and everything and debuted by Sami Zayn, so, gonna be interesting to see what else happens with Shinsuke Nakamura for the IC title and everything, and basically where we had Roderick Strong getting it done, so that was really cool, and seeing him being able to help out NXT that much more, and to kind of have like a trend going on, and really awesome stuff, especially with the chemistry between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura and their history and stuff, and adding Roderick Strong to it was just crazy as all hell. Then when we get into the NXT Championship, believe it or not, was on the line with Adam Cole and Pete Dunne in another really awesome match between the two. You have Pete Dunne, basically a former NXT UK champion for about 600 days, I want to say. So that's pretty impressive, and looking to get the NXT championship, or basically seeing him earn the right to have that happen at War Games in that triple threat match, and now going into another match for Adam Cole, and it was interesting to see how people were going to be able to deal with kind of like double duty in a way, dealing with TakeOver and going to Survivor Series, and it was like Adam Cole didn't even really have a match at TakeOver, even though you see both men basically being bandaged up and everything, and the things that I've seen between Adam Cole and Pete Dunne do things, which was pretty brutal, and Adam Cole getting the win and retaining the NXT title, really crazy. I kind of want to see more of that, see that feud continue maybe into the next TakeOver that I believe is around February or so, so that'd be really cool to see that again, so we'll see what happens with that. Also, then we had the Universal Championship, which is now on SmackDown, and I don't know if they're going to actually change the look of the Universal title besides the color of it. I'm not too sure. I heard other titles are looking to be able to get revamped and makeover, which is really good, and having the championships actually look different for the other ones, much like NXT, how they're different and look cool and stuff and have more of a personality. So anyway, we had the Universal Championship on the line between The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and as well Daniel Bryan in this one. Definitely enjoyable. Really love the chemistry between the two, and seeing more of the moonlighting is looking to be pretty much the norm now, since The Fiend has been doing that as of late, so it really doesn't bother me. It's kind of like watching a scary movie or something like that, and The Fiend just kicking out at everything, and having it be really difficult to really defeat The Fiend and be unstoppable. But Daniel Bryan tried. In the end, The Fiend was able to get the win, no problem. And who knows what's going to be happening with this. So The Fiend is still Universal Champion. That's fine. And let's see where things go with The Fiend and who will he face next. And maybe Daniel Bryan will want a rematch. I don't know. That remains to be seen. Then we get into the WWE Championship match. No holds barred. Brock Lesnar, Rey Mysterio, and shit on a damn stick. This match surprised the holy hell out of me, and having Rey Mysterio have more the serious side, bringing out the pipe and everything, and just when you thought Brock Lesnar was going to continue being dominant and stuff like that, and having Rey Mysterio wanting to have his revenge. We see Dominic come back, being able to do moves with his father, like the 619, the splash, and that was actually really well done. And I actually want to see Dominic wrestle now. I think he's been training from what I've heard and stuff like that, and that was actually a really cool, dope moment. Definitely for sure. A little upsetting that Rey Mysterio didn't get that WWE Championship. It's been a long time running, but Brock Lesnar was able to get the win. It happens, but hey, there you have it. Then we'll be getting to the Men's Survivor Series traditional tag team match for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And for Raw side, basically you got the guys like Randy Orton, Ricochet, Seth Rollins, just to name a few. And SmackDown, where we had some like Roman Reigns, Mustafa Ali, and Shorty Jane. And NXT having guys like Tommaso Ciampa and Keith Lee, just to name a few. And could have went to SmackDown, it could have went to Raw, but I would have liked to also see NXT get the win, but SmackDown actually getting the win. It came this close between Keith Lee actually getting the win, but Roman Reigns came back and ended up defeating NXT and Raw. But Roman Reigns and Keith Lee had their respect, which was really cool to see that and everything, and Keith Lee, proving that NXT does belong and all that good stuff. So, who knows what's going to be happening with that. A lot of back and forth stuff, definitely for sure, on this one. And kind of enjoyed this more than the first one, but that's just me, in my opinion. Some interesting stuff there. Then we get into the main event where we had the women's champions of all three brands, where we had Shayna Baszler and with Becky Lynch and Bayley on this. And this one, could have been a lot more better. I was expecting a little bit more. And with this one, Becky Lynch, tried everything that she can to make Shayna Baszler tap out, and Bayley trying to represent SmackDown the best she could, and trying to get another win for SmackDown, trying to get that revenge out of last time we watched. Just really had a clean sweep, which was pretty damn embarrassing, but in the end, Shayna Baszler actually gets the win. I'm not really too surprised about that, and in the end, Becky Lynch gets the last laugh, taking out Shayna Baszler. Like I said, this match could have been a lot more better, and that was basically Survivor Series in the record books, and it wasn't the greatest, but it was good. I liked NXT TakeOver War Games a lot more, but definitely enjoyed Survivor Series weekend as a whole. And so my thoughts were yours. Leave it in the comment box as always, and as well leave a like for this video if you liked it, and as well subscribe and hit the notification bell as always, so be up to date on my videos and everything else in between. And we'll talk about Survivor Series well after this video is up. And the only thing that's left is the big WrestleCade weekend. Gonna be kicking things off this Friday, so it's gonna be dope, awesome, and tremendous. So be on the lookout for some videos. Might go live, I don't know, that remains to be seen. Depending on what happens, might meet some wrestlers. So expect the unexpected. It's gonna be exciting, well worth it. The time is basically here. Holy shit, it's crazy. So let's go, let's do this, and until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video, whatever the hell the next video may be. Till then, I'll catch you guys then, see you, and peace.